a show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie is back, and we're after one of the biggest nights Meridian has probably ever had. That was huge.
I've seen a lot of stuff go on downtown at City Hall. I've never seen it packed from building to building, from front to back.
It was.
And as packed in as it was. It was not just a bunch of gaps here and there. It was totally packed.
There's a lot of different people guessing of the number. I'm going to put my number somewhere between 6,000 to 8,000. Where would you go?
I moved back up from 4, and I said, we're going to be 7,000, 8,000 people.
So that's where you're going on it.
That's
and
where I'm going.
Matter of fact, let me just slide over here and see if I can find that picture.
Because you can't count.
Yeah.
Unless you had a turnstile like you said, or somebody with one of those baseball counters, one at the time coming in, you're not going.
And here's the bird's eye view. Now that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of folks.
It goes a long way there. And this is let's take another angle here that zooms in a little bit closer. That's a heap of folks. Normally you get a little wad here, and that could be somewhere around 3,500 that we count for Bud and Boylan that comes into those numbers there. But this expands way beyond that of just the amount of people. Let's look at some more here. A lot of people want to be up near the stage. Kids were there early. Look at that.
I mean, that's as wide as you can get.
And hardly a shoulder length between anybody.
Yeah.
And here's the good part, Odie. There's nothing that I can say negative about this. That is
not one single thing.
No, there were no fights. There were no arguments. There may have been arguments somewhere over who's going to get something, a hot dog or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was no problems. Meridian acted. It was on its best behavior.
And that backdrop with that stage in front of City Hall like that, if that's not beautiful, and something for the world to see Sunday night, that's great.
You think it had anything to do with this?
You know, here's my big thing, and I'll always go back and say deterrence will help with anything, and presence is a huge part of deterrence.
Now, that was scattered all over town, but a good thing also, it keeps peace, and you're absolutely right, and that's what we look forward into our next mayor, bringing. You've got to have police presence to deter crime. You cannot send police. If there's no police there, people are going to do bad. It just, that happens. You've got to show authority. You have to draw that line and go, you stopping or you go to jail.
Everybody felt safe.
Yeah, it was
Even
good.
Those, I've seen a lot of parades, not just here, but all over. I don't think I've ever seen those little medical scooters. me. Look.
That was.
I think that was awesome. This was everybody coming together.
We only, to my knowledge, know one that ran out of battery juice.
That was.
They had that.
And they were probably out back doing donuts and stuff before the parade and running battery down.
You know, about halfway up that bridge, I was thinking, that's a pretty good idea. I couldn't walk up this bridge.
Bring me a scooter.
My older age has slowed me down a lot on things that I think I can do, and that bridge.
Took the steps up to the top of that building right there.
Were they steep?
Well, they weren't steep. It was just a whole lot of them.
Matter of fact, hang on here. I think I got somewhere. Let me do this. Hang on. Let's see.
Where's RC car?
From the beginning, I want to be able to show this to everybody.
Yeah.
Let me, I've done it from the beginning. It takes me just a second to get everything lined up. But Odie on top of the building, here he is. I don't know what he's playing with up there, but.
Don't jump.
Don't jump. We had drones flying all night. Now, we didn't have that little bitty one that was breaking every FAA law there was by flying and hovering over the crowd.
Yeah, remote
But that's
control
okay because we
police
brought
cars.
in equipment last night. And We don't have any control over it. It was a company that came in and they scanned, and FAA was here, and it was probably not going to be real good for somebody that was flying a drone last night.
So everything was.
But it was good. It was good.
Well, there you go. Lots of pictures. Everybody had fun. And again, we can't compliment everyone on just how well it was last night, how it went, how everybody got along. Even leading up to it, now there was a lot of discussion. This isn't working, that isn't working. In the end, it did.
Yeah, and we've gotten reports that across the country on these other two.
We've seen pictures.
Crowds were good. For John had his last night too. It was a good concert. Didn't see the concert, but a good crowd. Good crowd. But it wasn't
like Meridian's.
Wasn't like this. A friend of mine, I'm not going to say his name, but he was talking to some of the producers, and one of them said that American Idol has never seen a turnout like what was seen last night. And then we know one person drove down here from Iowa to attend this.
Why, they were lost. They were trying to
That's
get
what
to
I
Los
was
Angeles.
thinking. Somebody, I thought I was going north.
But welcome. I have someone joining us from New Zealand this morning.
Yes.
Beautiful country in New Zealand. The landscape is just gorgeous there.
So Steiny?
No, is that?
That's another, so that's not a name. But anyway, good morning. Thank you for being here.
We, if you've got a birthday, we'd love to hear from you today. We'll get those on coming up in just a little while. That's right around the corner. Plus, we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a ceremony that's going to take place at 11 o'clock today. We'll tell you about that. Also, Tommy's in with us this morning.
Yeah, we're going to get
this
some good
is the
information.
prosecutor, isn't it?
Well, at least
you done anything wrong?
At least you don't know from experience.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't want to meet him in his profession.
Yes, he's one of those.
Well, now one profession, he is a awesome attorney.
Well,
so if you need him for attorney, that's good.
Yeah, we did work out a little land deal there.
That's right.
If you need a deed, Tommy can work on this for you. He dug back to where I think my great grandfather won it in a poker game.
There we go.
He's a better bodyguard. Well, I don't talk about people's legal business, especially on the air. So, for the record, you brought that up.
I did. But seriously, if you need a deed, and he does a fantastic job of getting all that straight, Tommy can help you out with that, and I do appreciate you doing that for us.
Tommy Horn, that's who y'all know him. Y'all seen him.
Got a little office downtown.
You know his dad, been around in the public eye forever, old Representative Steve Horn.
Yep, how many years has your daddy been doing that?
I was in high school when he got in, so about 2004.
Ooh.
And took it over from your grandfather.
That's right.
So been right there with it. Known Steve. We've been brothers for years, and good guy, and gonna miss him.
And then we got Harry over here, Kirby.
Harry Houdini.
Yeah.
Well, in his profession of military and police, they told him, said, you got to keep that stuff cut off. And they're retired. Look at it.
He's done turned into. I saw him in the parking lot of where were we at? Wally World the other day.
World, that's where we were.
He was sporting up in his Corvette, showing it off out there.
Yeah,
man.
Well, you were holding court. I had to take the limelight from you.
We'll be right back. We'll find out why they're here this morning. A big event coming up toward the end of the month, and we want to find out more about that also. We'll be right back. Grass cutting season is here, and if you need a new lawnmower, drop in and visit our friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have the size yard you have. Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Visit our friends at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494. Rockhouse Gun and Pound, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. American Portable Buildings not only has buildings, but they also have trailers. They're budget friendly, zero down, no credit check. Come take advantage of these savings today. Take a look at all they have to offer. If it's a trailer you need, they have them from 12 foot to 16 foot to 18 foot, even car haulers. If you're tired of having to borrow a trailer every time you need one, see them today. Call 601-693-6200 or drop by for a visit at 4838 Old Homestead Road in Meridian. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. 72 right now as we wait. Believe it or not, it's going to be 90 today. We are expecting a little bit of severe weather to the north of us as we move into Friday and Saturday nights. Nothing horrendous at this point as you get to the Mississippi Delta. Corinth, those areas there, Greenville, will have a level 2. Beginning at Winston County, somewhere around Louisville, Noxapater in that area, will be a level 1 moving forward toward that Tennessee line. So just something to keep in mind. Should that move south, we'll be all on top of it, keeping you safe and letting you know what is going on. Even the police sometimes end up in a fender bender.
Oh.
And we had that just yesterday afternoon as we go to 20th Street and Highway 19 North, Rump Road.
Ow.
I'm going to be honest with you, I think the Tahoe was wore out before that.
You think it was?
Yeah, I've run into it once or twice around town.
That's figuratively right.
Right.
Okay. Because he was literally yesterday.
Yes, he was. Had him a GMC sitting on top of it. I think the GMC was a little bit bigger. Sit up on top of that. No injuries involved with that. It had come out as a possible injury in the beginning. I think everybody was in the end there. But that did come about yesterday. Wow, oh wow. Be careful as you head out and about, no matter where you go. As we mentioned, Memorial Day is, when is this?
Monday.
Monday's Memorial Day.
Week from Monday? Yeah, week from Monday.
Yeah, not this Monday, a week from.
So we're 2 weeks out.
Yep.
May 26th is what we're looking at. And y'all are here to tell us a little bit more about what's going to be happening at the courthouse. Tommy, you want to start?
Sure. The main thing is, we always say time, place, and uniform. So the time is 10 a.m. It's not 11 a.m., so it is 10 a.m. Monday, May 26th at the old courthouse. And I emphasize that, not the new government center, but the old courthouse.
There will be a little confusion that it's just going to be natural for a few years.
That's correct. We still have attorneys driving from other places, and they go straight to that old courthouse.
It's habit, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's out there on the lawn, and if there's bad weather, the fallback plan is third floor City Hall, as always. So rain or snow or whatever, we're going to still have it. So it's going to drive on either way. But once again, it's 10 a.m. Monday, May 26th, old courthouse on the lawn. And once again, to differentiate, this is not Veterans Day. This is more of a somber
correct
tribute. And that's why we use that terminology, because Congress hadn't declared war since World War II, essentially. But this is all wars and conflicts that American service people have died in, just throughout our history. So that's a memorial for those people.
From beginning back there in 1775 when all this kind of began up into where we are now. And Kirby, you've been involved in this for many, many moons.
Just a few.
Just a few of them there.
Well, 27 years in the military.
Tell us about the ceremony. What to expect? What are we going to see?
We have Commander Matthew Peden. He's going to be our key speaker. He's commander for the reserve unit up there at the Naval Air Station. Really good guy. He's a great speaker. He'll be giving us his impression of what Memorial Day means to him. We want the people to show up early. Don't come in at 10 o'clock because it's going to start at 10 o'clock. We're hoping that
it's that military background.
Yeah.
If you say it starts, by golly, it starts at 10.
It was that idea. If you're on time, you're late. So that's all there is to it. So be there earlier than 10 o'clock. So we're hoping that there will be a flyover, and that's going to be based on the weather. We've been working real hard to keep that tradition in there. There will be a rifle detail for 21 gun salute. There will be we have a choir that will be singing. Just everything's going to be set up. It's going to be wonderful, and there will be the reading of the names. That's right there.
And that is a somber moment when that is done.
Absolutely.
Each year.
Absolutely.
Scotty, we wanted to emphasize, like we always do, that if you've never served or had like a direct family member that served, that's not the price of admission here. A lot of times when I zoom out and think about people that don't have any military connection, and then when they hear military people speak, it may sound fraternal and kind of a closed group kind of thing, and that's the opposite of what we're trying to get across. We want everybody, every citizen to attend, whether you've had grandfather that served or not, or your husband or whatever served. There's no price for admission there in any way, so we want everybody to come out. And a lot of times what you see at these kind of civic functions is a generational gap, and what we would like to see is, us millennials are kind of getting older now, so those of us that, signed up, as a result of 9/11, the 9/11 GWAT generation, as we call it, I'd like to see more of that, because we're older now, we're starting to have kids and young families, and it's a perfect thing to take your young kids to kind of get them civically engaged, even as not just this community but across the board.
You have to pass down the knowledge.
Well, they always
said we was 2 generations away from.
We're absolutely. And the problem is that if we forget where we came from, then we don't know where we're going.
That's right.
And I hate to say it that way, but that's the way it is. And if we don't teach our kids to understand where we've come from, they're not going to know their past. And the fact is, they have a past whether they know it or not. And we need to make them mindful of it, and we need to keep our own people mindful of the fact that it ain't over. And we will always have military personnel and civilian personnel that get hurt in conflicts that we are now in currently. And those folks are now part of that past, which is now the present. And so it's all about keeping us mindful of those that have gone before us where we didn't want to go.
Let me ask this. On Memorial Day, are all government agencies closed on Memorial Day this year, the county and the city?
I can tell you that if federal, yes, because it's a federal holiday. So I believe, the state, and for instance, usually follows the city, and then for instance, sometimes the county differs. So there's always a little bit of a difference there, but usually either jurisdiction
all kind of lines up.
We'll kind of line up for that. And one thing we point out about this is that we don't put people in a decision point. Whether they're going to barbecue later on or grill something later on that day with their family, because this will all be knocked out by noon.
And it gives you time to go do both things.
Absolutely.
Now, and this is not for veterans. This is not for the ones who are currently serving.
No.
These are the ones who bought the ticket, the ultimate ticket for us to have the freedom to go to this event.
And to do what we're going to do.
And to do what we're going to do, what y'all are going to do. This is something awesome. But this is not for veterans or active.
No.
Their day's coming. They've got a day for them.
Yes, sir.
This is for the ones who actually had that check they signed cashed in.
That's right.
That gives us the right for the freedoms that we have today.
All right, y'all recap who, what, and when all of this will take place so everybody can write this down.
All right, so time, 10 a.m., date, Monday, May 26th. So that's a week from Monday. Place, Old Courthouse, and I emphasize Old Courthouse. That's on Constitution Avenue. Front lawn. What to bring? It might be wise to bring a lawn chair, but the city does put up those chairs. They've always been faithful doing that, so I wouldn't count on that. A lot of people are some of the people that's been there bring a lawn chair and they find some shade and so that would be a good idea.
All right, we're going to be there for that event. I know that me and Odie will definitely be there. I always enjoy seeing this each year after you. Can't thank y'all enough for coming in. Kirby,
Thank
you
for
behave.
I'm trying. I got to run for a wall, driving me insane. So
That's when will you be back?
that's going to be this coming Monday.
Okay, so you'll be back to talk with us about that.
Absolutely.
I'll be ready. And Tom, do you have court today?
I have some appearances I got to make. So.
Okay. Yeah. So if y'all looking for him,
Busy man.
Yes, he is.
You can't hardly keep up with him. If he's not running his own, he's in there running county business and everybody else.
Tommy, what's your office location in case somebody needs to see you?
It's on Front Street.
Right across from the Max.
That's right.
Can't miss it there. Go down and visit with him and have a cup of coffee with him. It'll be fun there. We'll be right back as we get this morning coming in. We've got Jimmie Rodgers coming in.
Woo, big days.
Yes. Also, we're going to tell you about a boo-boo that's going on in Neshoba County right now where you can't drive that way. It's blocked.
Yeah, you can't park there.
Yep. We'll tell you in just a second.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Welcome back. As we begin this morning, as I mentioned just a second ago, we got a little incident. Let me get back over here and show y'all this going on now in Neshoba County. Let me refresh this, and we pull up this picture of what's done happen. Sometimes everybody tries to turn around at some point.
Yeah. Well, at least that one had a little bit more clearance than the other one.
Yeah, you're right. Highway 21, this is going to be near the Neshoba-Newton County line. The entire highway is blocked, so he tried to whip that.
Yeah.
It's not a Swift, though, is it?
No, it's not. Well, we don't know. That's just a trailer we can see. We can't see the
Somebody
the
run up and read that door so we'll know whether or not it's a Swift.
You know, Junior can go by there with a four-wheel drive and a winch and pull that dude right on out.
You know, as I was out and about yesterday, I ran up on just about that same situation. Let me get back over here and show you this here. Where did it go? Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm gonna have to go back over here, Odie. I'll come back to this, but I run up on a winch situation. Had to help Quentin out. He was real busy yesterday, but we'll get that in just a second there as we get into this morning. There, lots going on today, as we'll remember that. And again, don't forget 11 o'clock at the courthouse is Remember Police Week.
The new courthouse.
Yes,
it's gonna be right out front. Police Week. This is to honor those police officers who have passed while protecting us right here at home.
11 o'clock today. It's going to be representing all the local counties in our area there. And so I hope you can make it out for that. It's going to be some speaking, and we'd love to have you there as well.
And also, it's at 2400 Government Boulevard.
I didn't know. I thought it was a landing strip.
That's its secondary use.
Okay.
As long as you stop before the flagpole.
That's a long driveway, isn't it?
So it is a long.
Have you noticed we got some wood going up where Chick-fil-A is supposed to be?
We got some walls going. It's not going to be long before they say, "My pleasure."
Yes, sir.
And I know there's a lot of y'all at that parade. Did y'all see that cow hanging out his window? There was a full-fledged cow hanging out Scotty Ray's window. I don't know.
Well, we have cow reports, so we have to bring the cows in with us.
So you brought him with you, and all he wanted to do was get people to eat more chicken. Oh man,
that was a lot of fun yesterday. I gotta say, I had a blast with that.
Yeah.
We had someone run from the popo yesterday. Shouldn't do that, especially if you stole a car. Okay, you shouldn't have stolen the car to begin with. But
that's right.
Let's go on out. We had drones up in the air as we had a little bit of everybody out there yesterday. Oop, this is right before he fell. I missed it. He slipped.
He just went whoop.
That was a big mud hole down there. He had to go change a few clothes there. And this is why. This is the car that was stolen. We had 3 suspects in the car, Odie. 2 were not fast. Third was a little bit faster. He managed to get away from the police officers. I don't think that he's been apprehended at this point, but they did get 2 of the 3. A female was in the car. She got some bracelets. They were matching on each side.
They know who number 3 is.
Yes, sir, they sure do.
So,
and eventually, he will be escorted back there at some point. That's going to happen there. So that was a big day there.
You can't go nowhere without keys.
What happened? Wait a minute. Something's going on in Philadelphia tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
What y'all got going on up there tonight?
Look at that. We've got her beautiful face all covered up.
Yeah, let's do some adjustments here. Odie's going to fix that.
Turned around. Now we can see
thank you.
and find out what's going on.
All right, pull that microphone a little bit closer there to your side.
Now you can
We
cover
gonna get
yours
together.
up.
It's a little early. We still wiping sleep out. We've had like 3
sleep?
late nights.
What
You know?
sleep?
It's called a nap. It's called a nap.
Last night y'all had a talent show downtown on top of what was going on over
We did.
That's
across
right.
the way.
We did.
That's right. And actually, last year Jamal was part of the talent show.
Was he?
wow.
So
He
you know,
was.
that's kind of the famous Jimmie Rodgers talent show. You know, they always say the talent starts there. Like the famous Elvis Presley. What place did he get? Second or third?
Second or third.
Second
yeah,
or third,
he did
yeah.
win.
But yeah, talent show was last night. Night before that, we had a bluegrass night. That was a big turnout.
It
turnout.
was.
We've been packing the max out last 3 nights. So
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Now,
Mystery night, there were no chairs left. People were having to
Standing on
stand.
one.
Yeah.
well, that's handy to do there.
Yeah,
we like
that was pretty exciting.
So this started the 12th and will run all the way through Sunday, correct?
that's correct.
Right.
So what happens tonight? Explain that part.
I'm tagging in.
All right. Jake Worthington is coming to the Ellis, and I told my husband, I was like, man, this sounds like country 1993. He's just got the best older sounding country voice, and he recently did a song with Marty Stewart, so he is he's a real deal.
That's
Moving on
wonderful.
up.
Yeah.
As you'll see here, here's how do you go about getting tickets to go to the Ellis Theater? Are they available at the door? Can you still get them, or you got to buy them online at this
Yeah,
point?
you can get them at the door. The Ellis Theater has tickets too on their website. So, yeah.
Go ahead and get it early though, because I wouldn't take a chance.
yeah.
This is gonna fill up quick.
Yes.
It's close. It's
close
close. It's
now,
close now.
yeah.
And then, of course, we got Daniel House and the Honest Thieves are
That's
opening
right.
for him. So local talent.
They were just down at the Jitney Jungle, weren't they? The Honest Thieves.
No, this bunch has got the they're all out of Nashville. So I mean we fully expect a heck of a show tonight for sure.
Yeah, it's
Now,
gonna be
what
good.
time does the show start, and when do you need to be in your seat by?
Show starts at 7. Doors open at 6. So, come on in, mill around a little bit, and get in your seat a good 10 minutes before the show.
I was there a few months back and got to take a tour of the Ellis Theater, and that little part of the stage there. They got a cardboard cutout of Hank up front. I had fun standing next to Hank having my picture made.
Oh, I missed out on
You
that.
should have been there with
Oh,
me.
you didn't take Odie.
Yeah, I was up there by myself, lost in Philadelphia.
It's a beautiful theater.
It is a beautiful theater. We're very happy to be there with him.
And Marty's a good friend to Jimmie Rodgers.
He does help out a lot with the foundation, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a very good friend
Good
to
advocate
us.
for us, for sure.
All right, we got more coming up about Jimmie Rodgers, what's going to be happening with it over the next few days. We got it all weekend. We're going to find out a little bit more about that in just a moment. We'll be right back to tell you more.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning to save the day. We can keep you comfortable with special savings for your home, like up to $3,000 off new HVAC systems or a tune-up for just $69. Keep the power on with a generator. Get $200 off installs and 0% financing for 60 months. We do it all at Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning and offer financing options for any repair or installation. Call for a free quote or visit us online at HeblonHeatingandCooling.com.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Here we are. We are back. And Scotty Ray's got a story coming in, so he's busy talking. But what we do have is this week is Jimmie Rodgers week. And tonight we have the Ellis Theater, which is going to be packed if you have not been there. That is a very beautiful facility. You need to go to it. This guy is a very up-and-coming artist. So to hear some good songs, some good music, and be around some good friends, because you're going to know everybody there anyway, go up there and be with them at the Ellis Theater in Philadelphia tonight.
Now, we've got, as Odie hinted there, we've got breaking news that has just happened in Meridian. You are probably going to hear lots of sirens, you're fixing to see ambulances, and you're going to see police screaming down the highway. Let's go to take a look at where this is happening, Odie, as we head here just off of Highway 19. As we've mentioned, this being some of the #1 crime rated area in the Meridian area is Highway 19. We'll go just east of there and just south of Hooper Street. We're going to go right in this area to the 300 block of 42nd Avenue near Railroad Street. If you'll remember, this is about where the Coca-Cola truck was sitting a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
We've had a gunshot victim there this morning. We do not know this is happening right now. This is as live as it gets. We don't know the condition of the person at this point. We do know that a person fled the scene that was probably involved in this. So you're going to see a lot of law enforcement agencies on scene right there. So we want you to be extra, extra cautious in that area. Anywhere along 19, 8th Street, or even on I-20 as emergency responders try to get there. They will be moving usually in a...
Pretty quick.
Yes. I was trying to think of the word to put
fast. They will get there and will definitely take care of everything going on. Prayers for him.
And do the best you can as an easing off the highway, because they try to fit those trucks in and divert around traffic the best they can. Just ease over for them to get there.
To the right. Remember, you see lights, move to the right. Lights right. It's pretty easy. Lights right.
Now, again, let me...
Square peg, square hole.
Yeah.
And let me just show you this map again, if you're what to expect. 49th Avenue, not far from there. Here's the Farm Supply. Here is Budweiser that sits right here. This is just to the east of there. If you take that, it's right back in here, right off of Hooper Street. If you go to 43rd Avenue and go due south, you'll run into Railroad Street and get to this area. So that's what we've got at this point. As we get more details on this, we're going to pass that along. We don't know the seriousness of the gunshot at this point, but we will find out before it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Man, that was a
Prayers
mouthful.
for him and all that.
Yes, sir. That was a
tough.
big mouthful there. Did you hear me talk about the hair pieces making a comeback? It was saying ladies thing. And let me, Elena, is the toupee a thing that is coming back? Now, you know how ladies right now have the hair extensions where they weave it in?
Yeah.
They say that the new toupee is weaved in and women find it okay.
Interesting.
What say you?
The more you know.
You're the only woman we got in here.
Bald
So.
looks nice. I'd say just go bald. Just shave it.
Be done with
Shave it. Yeah. Sounds like a lot of work.
I think it works for ladies. It's not as big for men, and they're trying to start. You know how people try to start a new fashion by
Like men
sometimes
wearing
stretching
purses,
the truth.
Yeah, men wear purses now. That's supposedly a trend too. I don't know. I don't participate
Well,
in
no,
that.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
I don't participate in that.
And let's just be honest about this, since we're talking about men's fashion. Skinny jeans, don't do it. Just look at it in a magazine and keep rolling.
You know, talking about jeans, fun story here. Go buy a pair of jeans and try to find some that don't stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, when did stretchy jeans for men become a thing?
It is a thing now.
Yeah. It's crazy.
With or without bedazzles.
You might need
to like a chandelier hanging off your
bedazzles on the pocket.
Since the more I eat, I might need some of these stretchy jeans. You know those the pregnant breeches is what I called them. You remember those? the denim, and it had
Yeah. Had the elastic about 6 inches.
Yeah, and it just went whoop. You could just that's perfect.
Especially when we go hit the buffet.
Yes, that's right. But the best wearing item for a man is when you just really go, well, it's come. Go get your pair of overalls, and they're the most comfortable thing that's ever been made. And you can just stand around all day and hang on to your straps.
And it's got all kind of pockets in the front.
You can stick all your stuff right here, so it's handy.
I can remember as a kid, and I think y'all know this too. You'd be at the store. In Scooby, it was down at Frost. You'd meet, and it would always be Prince Albert in that zip-up thing where they would take it out and tap that can. That's been a many moon ago. So
that's
a little
true.
bit there. I thought I'd bring that up so everybody could fit in this morning in case you get.
Oh, and if I don't say this, there's going to be somebody mad at me. Your biggest fan, Sarah Perry, is mad she's not here this morning. She couldn't make it. She was going, she sits on our board. She was going to come, but she's tied up with work. So she's done text me like 3 times and like, make sure you tell Scotty and Odie I said hey. And I'm like, they know you're here in spirit, I promise.
We believe you, Sarah.
She's hardcore.
You good morning, Sarah. Sarah Perry.
Don't wreck after Odie said that, please. Her husband Jake
it was last year
Called in the road
at the Ellis Theater. Where I first met her.
There it is.
And I went over there and got to meet Sarah, and she is a hoot. I said I heard her husband say, "Well, there's Odie," and so I turned around and looked, and so I went over there and talked to her, and she is a super sweet person. Yes, she is.
Sweet. Her husband's my right hand man, and he is a solid dude of gold right there. So
you gotta have a right hand
deal. That's right.
You gotta give Jake a shout out there too.
I refer to him as the guy who didn't get mad at me when I didn't know where his guitar was.
You talking about last year? Yeah.
He said make sure and get that guitar when they're done with it. And he came back. He said, "Where's my guitar?" And I said, I had to do something else, and I don't know. And he was like, "It's okay." I'm like, my husband would not have said it's okay.
Jake is level-headed. Like, I'm the complete opposite. He comes up to me, he's like, "Man, it's gonna be okay." And I'm like, "No, it's all burning to the ground right now." He's like, "It's fine, we'll get it."
The maddest I ever saw anybody, I was in Nashville, Tennessee, and it was a guy standing next to me. He was a semi-songwriter. And we were talking to David Ball. Do y'all remember I Got a Thinking Problem? Y'all remember that guy riding with Private Malone? Well, there was an autograph line over there, and he's standing there talking to me, and he sits his guitar down, and David Ball grabs that guitar and across that Martin, and he went.
Oh man,
that was bad.
Ooh, not Martin.
So, who is coming tomorrow night as we move everything back to Meridian? What happens then?
Tomorrow night is going to be huge with St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
So, whoa, back up. What'd you just call that?
St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
St. Paul. I thought you said St. Paul. I was going to say, not them.
There's some bands out there, but they're higher energy. I mean, like, if you don't know their music, you got to come just watch their performance. I mean,
sounds like Al Green, acts like James Brown.
Wide open. This dude's gonna jump. We fully expect the dude to jump off stage, run around.
He's wild.
He's
wild.
And they have a huge following. I mean, we're expecting a packed house again tomorrow.
The best vocal performance I've ever heard live.
Timmy, this I'm showing y'all's page. Is which one of these is St. Paul here?
That's him.
That's him. The one with the sparkly
the magic robe.
Yeah, but like
he's got his James Brown cape and everything.
Yeah.
When he's not looking, I'm going to put on one of those capes.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to ask him where you got it from.
Just for a photo real quick.
So he's a showman for sure.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yes.
Then Brett Gully and the Water Moccasins are opening up tomorrow.
Saturday.
You're right, that's Saturday.
Yep.
I'm getting ahead of you.
You got to have Britt.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yes, you do. Britt is the reason I fell in love with Jimmie Rodgers. I was sitting there at History Night 2 years ago, and he was standing there with his Jimmie guitar, and he was playing, and he had his foot propped on the chair, and I was elbowing my husband saying, "This is blues. This is blues." That's my first love in music, and I just couldn't believe the history, the way Jimmie Rodgers got the blues from the Gandy dancers on the train, and then combine that with the Scottish and the English folk, and you hear themes of Scottish and English folk in blues because of Jimmie Rodgers.
Right.
So,
I don't think there's anybody worldwide that does Jimmie Rodgers any better than Britt.
No doubt. He's been all over the world doing it.
He's sure in London, England, I heard.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, and then, you talking about, Jimmie Rodgers ties the railroad with the Gandy dancers. When I worked for the railroad, I used to travel around all over. And when people heard we were from Meridian, Mississippi, one of their questions was, ain't that the home of Jimmie Rodgers?
Yeah.
Like around here, we're kind of getting back to where we're educating the current generation about who Jimmie Rodgers is and everything, but he's known worldwide. You can go places and people that know country music, blues, rock and roll.
First person into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's right.
He has ties to every genre in music, more or less right now.
People associate Jimmie Rodgers with old country because that's how the festival started, but Jimmie's in every Hall of Fame except jazz and hip-hop. and we can make a great argument for jazz.
I don't know about hip hop.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I can let that one go because I mean, it wasn't I don't know. He still influences it because the songs that people heard for the first time that they related to were Jimmie Rodgers songs. That's why people fell in love with him. Before that, the only recordings they'd heard, I mean, they heard songs, around town or whatever, but the only recordings they had access to were spiritual songs, which we connect to, but in a different way, or patriotic songs. So people connected. We hear songs on the radio and we're like, man, that's my song. It's the first time they felt that was Jimmie Rodgers.
Remember now, this was a time when America was broke.
Yes.
But still, they could come up with a dime to go buy a Jimmie Rodgers.
That's right.
And that is strong. I don't think people nowadays really understand just what a depression the United States was in, and they still supported this guy.
That's right.
72 years, the festival this year.
That's right.
So it's, 72 years running strong. The foundation's solid. I mean, we are really just pushing hard from our past predecessors that's helped us build up to this point, and so we're looking every year. We're looking to do 10% more, 20%. It's just, and I mean, we got to really talk about our sponsors. I mean, our sponsors are the ones that helps us.
Absolutely.
And I mean, the city that has come in again for us this year. I mean, the police department's going to have, uniformed officers downtown for us Friday and Saturday night. Fire department's going to be there with their medics. I mean, we get the support where we need the support to, and I mean, that feels, it feels good to have all the support with everybody.
The community makes us happy.
Absolutely. And I mean, they buy the tickets, they come, they support the musicians, the artists, buy the merchandise from them. So it's easy for us to call these booking agents and say, hey, we need, a big name, and they have no problem sending it to us because the feedback from most of these bands they talk about the hospitality, it is so refreshing. Most of them, like the Red Clay Strays last year, their biggest thing was Brandon, their lead singer, and his wife was like, it was so refreshing to come somewhere and everybody was like, can we help you? Do you need anything? Thank you. You're welcome. Just everybody's polite and hospitable, and they loved it. So.
They said it was the best security they ever had, even better than Red Rocks.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
I was proud of that.
Yeah.
Coming up, we'll find out about what will happen Saturday night because this is several nights, and we got a Sunday kind of a matinee thing going on. We'll find out more about that in just a second.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
Spring is here. It's time to get your lawn looking its best with Kubota mowers. Parish Tractor's Kubota Z232 KW42 is the perfect mower for a pristine lawn. And now, you can own one with payments as low as $95 a month. Visit Parish Tractor today and take advantage of this amazing offer. 2.99% APR financing now through 6/30/25. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
More than a tractor store.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, or conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we update you on the situation that happened a few moments ago. We most likely still have police on the scene just east of Highway 19. As we look at where the farm supply is, Meridian Cycles, it'll be due east of there on Railroad Street. This is our 45th area. We're in this area a lot. This is going to be right here at Railroad Street. We have one person that's been shot this morning in the 300 block there. As we're finding out more information, this person has been shot in the leg. We don't think it's life-threatening, but one person hit in the leg. They've been rushed for medical attention to a local hospital. Police are possibly looking for a suspect now as we get further into this, and we do hope they're brought to justice for doing this.
Prayers for them. for him.
A common thing, and it is probably not by accident. We have a lot of people that get struck there in these gun battles.
Yeah, it's tough all the way around.
For sure.
Yep.
I just got a text that says I can see the shaking in me of not being at the scene because we're live.
My chair's vibrating. He's ready.
It's like giving up your favorite pack of smokes and she's
going to them DTs.
You want to leave. I'm like, Odie, take over. I'll be back.
Yeah. Well, here we are. Somebody brought something up on a comment. We were talking about Jamal last night. And one of the songs that he did, and where we were, you couldn't really hear a whole lot. The sound protruded out, but it didn't really come up too much. But so they said one of his songs that he sang was a Jelly Roll song called Liar, which was actually co-written by Ben Johnson, who is a Meridianite. So I had no idea.
That's cool.
So that's pretty cool that he performed that. I know Jelly Roll, Tootsie Roll, what his name is. He's at American Idol and did a lot with Jamal. So pretty good thing for Meridian. Jamal singing a Meridianite Ben Johnson song.
Hey, do that WKRON breaking news as we go back to this. I didn't finish reading my text. Oops. The suspect is in custody for the shooting now.
Good job. Yeah, that is awesome right there.
We don't know who the suspect is at this point, but it shouldn't have happened. And as we'll add that to the list of May so far has been one of the most active months that we've had. A lot of things have been going on. But suspect in custody, so nothing to worry about if you live in that area around Highway 19 north, east or west of their suspect in custody with this. Unfortunately, no one is in a life-threatening situation. So,
Arnold, sound, if you were at the concert, sound was awesome where people went for the concert. I was actually way up in the sky. I was not anywhere where I needed to see sound or hear sound. So the reason I couldn't hear was my position, not the concert. The concert itself had awesome sound for everyone who attended that concert.
That's our sound man. He is awesome.
He is. It was
awesome.
something.
Big noise. They just won some awards on the coast. They're great.
Yep.
So that is good. No, where I was, I couldn't hear anything. But that was by design.
Oh, yeah, you had to be there.
Yeah.
Hey, I was going down the road yesterday, and I mentioned I ran up on a dump truck.
Well, he wasn't going nowhere, was he?
Oh, my God.
And it was fully loaded, too. And it just kind of slid off in the ditch there, trying to pass a car, I believe is what was going on there. And then here he comes to the rescue. Here's Quentin. He's all over it there. Winched him out.
I got you. Come on.
Go ahead. Y'all see Quentin. He'll take care of you. If you get in a bind, need to get out of a hole before your wife finds out about it, he'll come hook up and pull you out of there so you won't get caught there stuck.
That's right. That's right.
A big thank you to Quentin for handling that there. Early yesterday morning, this was on I-20, would be just east of town, headed toward the Alabama line. You're going along mile marker 169. They put up that new stuff there to keep you from jumping to the other side of the interstate.
Yeah.
And, well, that's what we found.
Some good stuff, but do not cut that.
Yeah, because
worst case scenario, you've got to get someone out there from MDOT to come and loosen the bolts up and let the tension out.
They
will hurt you real bad. Yeah.
That took the tire right off the front.
I'm telling you, those lines right there, those cables will grab hold, I've seen on an 18-wheeler, and will wrap you up. You're not going anywhere.
Those truly will cut you bad, right?
Yes.
They will do their job. I can tell you, them things were designed to keep you from going from the left side of the road to the right.
I wondered if they were, because they don't look like they would do a whole lot.
I'm sure Odie can tell you more stories, but they'll wrap up under all your stuff under the car.
So what you see with that post right there, that just keeps them separated and keeps them off the ground.
The pipe doesn't go that far on the ground. Really has nothing to do with
it. That's just a holder.
Spacer.
Now, where the cables are anchored at, now that's a anchor system. So when the truck hits it, that cable wraps around the inside and it loosens it, not for a vehicle hitting it, but then it's able to to hold that vehicle back. So that's not a hold on.
This is a great design because it truly keeps a car off of that other lane of travel. It's a shame we don't have it all the way around.
Yeah.
All the interstates there, so they're working on that. Be careful on this if you're headed toward Collinsville this morning. There's a hole in the road.
Row.
Here we go. Let's take a look at this. See that? That's bigger.
Well, we go over at Dollar Tree buy a flower.
It's bigger than you think. Let's take a little look here. Whoa! That'll knock your front end alignment right out there.
Well, I know MDOT will be busy with that, and we got some great people that work for our local MDOT, and I know when they do some work, they do some good work taking care of us on our roads. So trust in them for sure.
Let's take a few looks at. I got a few pictures here of things that went on. This was a lineup area as we were getting ready yesterday afternoon for the big parade downtown Meridian, and it was long.
It wrapped around the whole courthouse, didn't it?
It did. Around the courthouse, out the back. I really have not heard how many floats or however you want to word that were in there.
All of them.
I heard over 100. I heard it was over 100. Somebody was counting, and it was over 100.
That's great.
Wow.
It was heaped there. I had some more pictures. What did I do with them? I went earlier in the day. This was pretty neat. The kids didn't know that he was coming out to Crestwood, and Jamal showed up here, and American Idol came along, and they videoed all of this. We were there with them, and bless her heart, she was telling him what an inspiration he's been. She cried. It was touching to watch that child do that.
And that he has been an inspiration for these kids, and I think it's an awesome thing.
He went out, and they were. What this scene is here is they were throwing water balloons at him, and he had a water gun. He was shooting water back out. It was hilarious, and I hope they put some of that into the skit that they air on the show.
Positivity for positivity. So much negativity going on in the world nowadays.
You don't normally see those guys dressed like that.
Mm-hmm. One of those is my old neighbor.
Watch him.
He was protected well.
Yes, he was. The kids were so great there. Let me see if I can find this. Let me play this because I want y'all to hear the applause of when he walks into this. This is
so they didn't expect it.
No, they had no. They knew something was coming, but they didn't know what this was. And then the American Idol staff following him closely behind. Odie, can I get you one of those little camera systems?
I'd love one.
I'll tell you what, you talking about getting in the bind of that thing.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
but you don't have to pick up a camera.
4-pound camera, you know.
Yeah.
But that
you do have one of those things. It's over there on the shelf, isn't it?
Yeah, I got a smaller one like that, not quite as big, but I do have one. Let me see here. We had some more pictures from the parade.
I want to see a picture of that cow hanging out the back of the window from the inside, because that was funny.
He was. He's here somewhere. Let's see here. Let's see here if I can slide over.
It wasn't real far through, I don't think.
Was that the cow?
Yeah, it might have been right around in that area.
He's in there. Well, I don't know if we're gonna find him or not, but
y'all go watch the parade.
The people that were there. Let's see. Let's go back up through here. We had some more pictures that we wanted to show.
You know, we were sitting there watching the crowd build and build and build, but still at the same time seeing the amount of people that were watching the parade. We knew then this was going to be packed, and it really turned out to be a big crowd.
Yeah, I hadn't quite found my pictures that I was looking for, Otis. I don't know where. I guess there are some in here. Let me go past this and see. Oh, here's
a cow.
Oh, cow was hanging out with us there.
See, he still got it. Eating more chicken.
But the crowd, folks, I just can't tell you just how big it was.
That's good right there.
Yeah, American. That is a picture perfect moment there of what we saw there. Just people. She was just a doll.
Look at that. Is that not precious?
We bumped into her over at the old Fred store last night, and Bilbo, they back in town. And then this was him getting out of the car, walking up across there with the kids. And then we're back to just everybody and their first cousin in town in Meridian last night.
Yes, they were.
And he did represent Meridian well.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a good time. We can't thank each and every one of y'all for everybody was on their best behavior. I can't brag on Meridian.
American Idol, if y'all are watching, y'all do us right. Do what we did for Jamal and show that. Y'all show the good side of us, what we can do, what we represent. And that right there was Meridian Knights coming together to support one of our own. And we just hope that y'all do a good job putting that together for us.
We can't let the few bad people in Meridian run. I mean, man, it's 95% of truly good people.
It is.
Can't let the 5% be the ones that outshine the good. I mean, that's why I love to see media coverage on any local event, any nonprofit organization. It comes up, so,
and then
just
what Jimmie Rodgers
positivity.
does, and then brings these concerts year after year after year. I mean, this is
People
something
here have
awesome
heart.
for Meridian.
But yesterday showed that people will get behind a good thing and really put the positive light in Meridian.
That's exactly right.
I agree with that 100%. Double over. Hey, we got a new hotel. Did y'all know about that?
No way.
We had a big old ribbon cutting ceremony as we go there. Lala unveiled the new Holiday Inn as we went there for the ribbon cutting. There he is up there speaking about it. That
Now,
almost
what
looks.
he's been, him and his family, his wife, and now his son and all are doing justice for Meridian. I mean, they're doing a great job bringing businesses and making Meridian look good. And he's definitely a good Meridian night.
It was a large crowd for this also. Hey, who's that? Oh, almost didn't recognize him. Ooh, Lord have mercy. He ain't been out in months. I ain't getting any comments from nobody. It's like
I was drinking coffee.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
I thought it was, what's his name? Did he see his shadow or not? He came out after 6 months.
I had a cup of coffee.
Have no fear.
Oh, man.
Come June 3rd, there is an election, and somebody else will be named that.
And vote.
And then coming up, it will be July 1 that person goes into office. I haven't looked at the day of the week of that on a calendar, but that's
now, you know.
You got one of those fancy things?
I got one of them there fancy calendars. So we've got 1, 2.5 weeks before we vote.
What day is July 1 on?
And then July 1 is on Tuesday. So you elect him on a Tuesday, and then a month
gets a day
later,
off.
he gets right there on
July 4th.
July 1st. Yeah, he works 2 days and takes a day off.
He's going to have to really be planning a 4th of July celebration there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were supposed to sing there, it says, Atlanta.
I was. Oh, you're talking about Atlanta.
Yeah, well, they've asked us not to sing anymore.
Well, that's
you know
true.
that.
Odie, I feel like when you start singing, it would be like, are they okay? Are they?
People would. The crowd would
Yeah.
get bigger because people would come running, going, "What in the heck is that?" They got a dodo bird over here.
As we move into Jimmie Rodgers now, we've got concerts Saturday night also, and then again on Sunday. Tell us what we expect. We hadn't talked about here.
Sure. Okay. Saturday night, the headliner is Old 60, and we will kick off Saturday night with with the talent competition winner.
Yep.
So that is tradition. We had to do our talent show last night because that's when the radio station was scheduled. That's when we had the venue. We're at the Ellis tonight, so we went ahead and did it, and we had an awesome crowd. So don't tell me there's not enough people in Meridian for all the events, because we still had a great crowd.
We had over 100, probably 150 people there, even with that. But it hit just right, because when we were done, everybody was able to go over to the concert portion for Jamal.
Yeah,
so they caught the parade and that. So it fit perfect in the schedule,
That is awesome.
So the talent winner opens it up, and then Brick Gully, and then American Blonde, who has a Meridian connection. That's C.W. Garrett's son that plays the drums for them. Yeah. And then Preston Cooper and Old 60.
Old 60.
Yeah.
And the Chick-fil-A cow will be there. So
yeah.
I fully expect
with little cows.
That cow's everywhere.
We're going to get you a plush cow put somewhere, in your backdrop.
There we go.
Need that. Someone mentioned
Name
that
it
we
Sarah.
didn't name who y'all were. Hunter Morgan and Elena joining us from the Jimmie Jimmie Rodgers Memorial Festival. Morgan LLC.
Yeah,
I guess we know who you are.
Yeah, we come in like high-fiving each other. Just it's like we forget that we're like there's 80,000 people watching this morning. That we should probably
I didn't.
She is our executive director. So
that's right.
She is our new executive director. She's was sat on the board for a couple years and just took the bull by the horn.
What I like about you, Laney, you got excitement with this. It means something to you. And somebody that has excitement really believes in what they do will do a much better job. And that's what we're expecting. We're
Thank you.
Putting that pedestal up there for you.
I can't wait for. We go into the schools. We go in. Right now, we're going into the 4th grade. I want to go into more classes, and I have lots of goals there. But those little 4th graders, they're not too cool to yodel yet. And they're like, and then we've done songwriting with them. So we have
And
outreach.
you can yodel.
I can yodel a little bit,
yodel. I remember last year we got you to yodel.
That's
so
true.
we'll have to get another yodel.
Well, that's the thing about the Jimmie Rodgers Foundation. We're not just a 1 week a year festival. We're in the community all year long. We've put on education. We've put on did a Christmas program last year with Chapel Hart. We did the car show and the bicycle race back in October. I mean, we're getting to where we're getting back and doing stuff every few months. But in the few months that we're not doing an event, people like Alana's in there, educating for
putting young people on stage too, giving them the opportunity to just have their confidence and spread their wings, and it just feels good to see people live their purpose and use their gifts God gave them. So that's what gets me fired up.
Your background country music, you know a lot about country, don't you?
Don't lie to them. don't you dare. People watching.
Okay, so I'll tell you what Marty told me.
What did he tell you?
He called. He said, I was sitting in jeans. I said, Jimmie Rodgers, this is Alana. And he said, Alana, this is Marty Stewart. I said, really? And
are you sure?
I needed to just go ahead and confess my sins that I just grew up on rock and roll. But Brick Gully made me fall in love with Jimmie Rodgers and fall in love with country music. And I like, if you had told me that I'd be sitting here saying this like 3 years ago, I would have called you a liar. But when you understand where it comes from and you give it a chance, my Lord, it just, it stirs your soul. So I've fallen in love. I've been bitten by the bug.
Britt is a historian.
Yes, he is.
There ain't much that he don't know about it. Of who they were, where they come from, and who their third cousin was that was removed. Yeah. He knows all of that behind the scenes there.
Marty told me I was on the right track though, because Jimmie Rodgers was the world's first rock star.
That is true.
It is
there.
true.
Oh, we're getting the names coming in for sure.
What's that?
We're getting Hunter Bun over here.
Hunter Bun.
Man, I was hoping that one going. That one thing you hope on the rise in the morning. That was it. So we really appreciate that one. Come on,
calling him Hunter Bun.
Oh, and the rest of us,
and the rest of everybody else. Yeah, it's been going on for about 4 years. I walk in like the bank, and that's
how long y'all been married?
Oh, a little over a year.
Yeah, that's going to wear off. Let me just go ahead and tell you, you won't be Bun anymore. There's going to be some initials that you're called, but it won't be that.
We're there. Like I walk in some days, and she's like, "Are you working 16 hours again today?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, you got to eat,
Yeah, that's right. Hello.
And Sarah wants the cow named after her.
Hunter gets things done.
Oh yeah,
Sarah wants the cow named Sarah.
Sarah the cow. Most women don't like that.
Right? Yeah, it's kind of a backwards thing. But, we'll get behind it.
Terry McWilliams, that's Mr. Rick McWilliams' wife. That is Elsie McWilliams' family. Elsie and Jimmie in 3 years wrote over 100 songs.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he would call her with a few words, and she'd just make it a song. I mean, in a male-dominated industry still today,
right.
Elsie McWilliams was the OG. That's another thing Meridian kids need to know and be inspired by.
There's a lot of music history out of Meridian. I mean, still got people, songwriters. There was a songwriter, I can't remember his name, that was from Meridian that wrote several songs for George Strait. And, he's the king of country music,
right.
So.
I ain't got over Hunter Bun yet.
Hunter Bun.
You're going to have to practice that Ray Stevens song. I'm a logger. Just come up from Coons Bay, Oregon. Get a haircut.
I feel like I'm turning into more of that Johnny Cash song, "A Man Named Sue." Yeah. So yeah, it's like
life ain't easy for a man named Sue.
Yeah, but like and it throws me off when I walk in public places and they say it and you just like
hey,
shut your
honey
eyes.
bun,
You're
how
like,
do you do?
You're like, oh, okay, hey, how are y'all? You know.
At least you don't have a bun.
No. Odie, you ain't got to worry about the purse for me either. I promise you.
No buns and no purses. We're good.
They don't perform well in construction sites.
That's right. That's right.
I second that emotion there.
Yes. Oh boy.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Honey bun and a whole lot more.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Hi, folks. Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
That says we got to talk again.
That's it, Tyler.
I want to bring this up. This has been found in the Tomb Suba area around Tom Bailey Drive. If you're missing your pup, he has stumbled up. He's been playing with the kids on the trampoline, as we're showing. That's kind of like from the Little Rascals.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
What's the dog's name?
I can't remember what his name was. Spot?
Spanky.
Spanky?
Wasn't it Spanky? It was Spanky, wasn't it?
No, Spanky was a little boy.
Spanky was a boy. Spanky seems like a dog.
But that is a cute little fella.
It is a dog name.
Yeah.
If y'all are missing your pup there, inbox us and we'll see if we can't reunite y'all with your pup there. We'd love for him to go back.
Yeah, one of them go back to the home. He's missing.
What is the dog's name? Somebody comment here in a minute. I know it. I have faith in the viewers.
Petey. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah. We got some smart. That was Spuds McKenzie.
Spud McKenzie was the Budweiser dog.
Yeah.
But Petey.
We need to bring him back along with the frogs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bud.
You know, commercials were so much better like 15 years ago. I mean, they were
real men of genius.
Oh, I love that.
Genius. Yeah.
I love that. And they come up with some of the most creative things. You're sitting there like, man, that dude's smart, you know?
Thank you, Mr. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Now somebody gets offended by everything.
Somebody got the feelings hurt.
That's right. And we got the feelings committee.
Safe places.
Yeah, safe place.
Let me go to my safe place.
Don't get triggered.
More stick your finger in this, and that's the way it was.
You can tell who had to earn a trophy and the ones who were given one.
Yeah, you sure can.
I mean, you can
it's like drinking out of a water hose. You know, drinking out of the water hose. You can't drink out of a water hose no more. You know, you'll get the cancer.
Kind of missed the taste.
I didn't know that.
You get
well, that's what they say.
Yeah, they do a lot of they says, and just grow up, get your big boy britches on, y'all,
and go to work. Go to work. Get out, turn that PlayStation off, and let's get outside. Just
get out and sweat
turn
a
off
little
stuff.
bit.
Go outside. It's amazing. It's amazing.
What you'll find outside.
Yeah.
Well, that's it there. And now let's recap a few things here. What's going on? What we've got with Jimmie Rodgers. What's happening tonight, tomorrow night, and through the weekend. Give us a recap there.
Yeah. Tonight is at the Ellis Theater in Philadelphia. You can go on the Ellis Theater's website and get tickets. And then tomorrow night we have St. Paul and the Broken Bones back at the Max. And then Saturday we have Old 60, and then Sunday we have our New Orleans Gospel Brunch at 1 o'clock at the Max. It is a ticketed event. Also, Vasti Jackson is going to be at the Max at 2, and that's completely free. That's an edutainment experience, and Vasti is a musician's musician. All these guitarists in this town, all these musicians want to go see Vasti.
And doors open tonight at 6 at
That's
the Ellis,
right.
and then on Friday and Saturday they open at 5.
Wait a minute. 5 Friday and 4:30 they open on Saturday.
Yes,
she's got this down pat.
That's why I brought her.
That's why
we
she's
brought
the
her.
executive director.
That's right. Got that title.
I have a husband that's really good at spreadsheets. We have everything on spreadsheets because Hunter told me, I told him like at a certain point in the day, my brain just is like, nope. And so it's all on a spreadsheet. And it's fine if I can't remember and my brain's gotten mushy because it's right there.
There you go.
Old Lyle comes in the clutch, though, man. I'm telling you, he's a numbers guy. Like, he runs them spreadsheets.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But,
I can't wait to analyze this year's festival numbers. We're excited.
But, as far as, like, the Max, we've got security's provided. PD's going to be outside. There's a full-service bar this year,
Food trucks.
The
Jazzy Johns will be there.
Yes, the air-conditioned porta potties.
They're really, really nice.
Jazzy
porta
Johns.
potties.
I know. And no more just regular porta potties. We've got the air conditioner.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
It's a whole experience. Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, if you got the VIP tickets, you've got the separate section at the Max upstairs overlooking the courtyard with the private bathrooms and all that. VIP tickets are sold out, but there's still general admission tickets available for Friday and Saturday night. It's not many, but there's still a few out there for grabs. Like I said, just everything we put in place is to let people have fun, feel safe, and create a safe environment for families. So we're looking forward to it.
72nd annual Jimmie Rodgers Memorial Festival going on now. Somebody brought this up. The Cracker Jack dog. She said his name was Bingo. So y'all correct me here. There's been a lot of dogs through television throughout the years. Is there anybody more famous than Lassie? Would y'all say Lassie's the most famous dog, or is there something bigger than Lassie?
As far as TV, Old Yeller and Lassie.
Can't forget Pluto now. You got Pluto
Pluto. There we
yeah.
And then you get into Frazier that had the dog on there.
Spud McKenzie for commercial dog.
And what was it? Benji made a run there in movies.
Good. That had a Benji album.
And I'm for the life of Scooby-Doo.
My gosh. How did we forget Scooby-Doo?
Scooby.
Yeah. Wow.
Was Goofy?
Goofy's a dog.
Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah.
He walks on two legs and talks.
She never cried when Old Yeller died. She wasn't washed in the blood of the Lamb. Ren 1010.
Ren 1010.
But Lassie just was the one that everybody wanted a Lassie. That was a beautiful dog.
Yeah.
What's that? He's in the well, and I need to go save him.
Well, come on, girl.
Wait, are we talking about the jerk?
She could talk. And y'all, I say this. Each one of us have probably pets, and if you don't have one, I urge you to go get one.
Mm-hmm.
They're the smartest animals. There's a reason that they're man's best friend. They know how you feel, and they always like you when nobody else does.
True.
I've always told you, lock your wife and your dog in the back of a car for an hour during July. And go back and open the door and see which one's happy to see you.
Right. Yeah. Get ready to fight, probably. Stand back when you open that door for safety purposes.
We had who was it? Belushi that done the K9 movies?
Yes. It had that German Shepherd in it. It was actually called K9. K9. And then they had a second one, K911. Yeah.
All right, so what was his name?
Jim Belushi, was it? Yeah.
That did, we talked about the other day, the FedEx plane that crashed. Tom Hanks. He was in a movie with a big slobbering dog.
Oh my gosh! Yes, it's on Disney.
Hooch.
Yes.
That's it, Hooch.
Yeah.
Man,
I did not know that the RCA dog was named Nipper. I did not know that.
And then you brought up the dog from.
We'll call the dog Stupid. From the jerk.
You can't
say the first name, but when they put it on like regular TV, they call it Stupid, and I mean that's bad.
Which movie was this?
The Jerk.
The Jerk.
Oh yeah,
it was named Shathi.
You're right.
Right.
He's being politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Turner and Hooch.
And that's important. And that's important today.
It absolutely
You got to be
we'll hurt somebody's
feelings, and then they'll be.
And we don't want to do that.
Well,
on
you
the
know,
show.
like they'll be on Scotty Ray's Facebook page. Like, can't believe Scotty Ray. I think Scotty Ray just comes back and like, if you would have seen the whole thing, you would know.
Dog. Now, wasn't that the dog's name on Up?
DOG.
No.
Is that right? Now, who was Cujo on?
Oh, that was that scary movie. That's
yeah.
why you didn't see it.
No, I don't watch scary movies. We don't do that.
Cujo, yeah.
But there's a lot of famous dogs out there, and love them to death there.
And if you need a dog, go check out the animal shelter.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, have you all been watching Brian?
Yeah.
Over there in Meridian. I mean, like he is really like every day he's got a cat, dog, bird, chicken, rabbit, something, and needs adopted, and they're doing a lot right now at that animal shelter.
He's doing a good job.
I 100% agree with that. 100% agree.
Yes.
Go, instead of buying the purebreds and all that, go check out the animal shelter, man. And I've got purebred dogs. My best dog was one that just showed up one day.
You're right.
And I mean,
they're thankful.
His name was Dude.
I was going to say that. They know.
He was. You couldn't run him off. Every day he'd be laying right there on the porch. Every day you walk home. My purebreds, you let them out, they're headed to the next county. They get some yonder and they run.
It's like the last girl left at Hojo. She was thankful.
Buck on Married with Children. Big old Buck.
Yeah, he always talked.
And then Jennifer Aniston had Marley.
I didn't know that one.
I remember that movie. Yeah.
Oh.
Boy, there's a lot of them out there.
It is.
Yeah. That's a
What
good
was Mighty Dog? Was that a cartoon? Am I thinking right?
Yeah. He went off into the telephone booth and changed.
Hong Kong Fooey.
Hong Kong Fooey was.
Huckleberry Hound.
Somebody said Toto.
Yeah, I got sucked up
We're
in
really getting on
hurricane.
back there beyond the 2000 mark now. We're getting on back in the 80s and 70s.
Oh, man.
Dogs, but they're loved. Thank y'all for coming in. We do
Thank y'all for
appreciate
having
y'all
us.
so much. Jimmie Rodgers Festival going on this week tonight, and it just keeps going on there.
You remember Duke on Hee Haw?
Yes,
Just
I do.
laid there on the hay.
Oh, misery on me.
Oh.
I love it.
Underdog.
That's it.
Underdog. That was it.
Yeah. Underdog.
What was that?
here.
Eddie? What was that?
Underdog. Dun, dun, dun. Never fear. Underdog is
Oh,
here.
and we almost left one out, y'all. You know where I'm going?
Beethoven.
Well, not that one. The next famous dog there.
Oh, there was Scrappy Doo.
No. Think about this.
Uh-oh.
Flash.
Flash.
We're around with Roscoe.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Oh, my
All
God.
right, so Fred, Jerry Reed's dog, Fred. Yeah. Yeah, Flash was with.
Fred, you want to
I hope they don't ever remake Smokey and the Bandit like they're remaking these movies.
wouldn't that be
nowadays.
awful?
Man, please, whoever's watching it, like, do not remake Smokey and the Bandit.
No,
just don't do it.
because nobody out there can do it.
No, because every movie they've remade from the 80s is like borderline awful
Way
and terrible and way out. Like Roadhouse Patrick Swayze, the original one was awesome.
I hated
The
that
second one, in my opinion, was awful. And I'm
Jeez.
sitting there, I'm like, I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I'm like, this is just.
Now, I didn't watch
dumb.
this, but I suspected it was bad. I looked at the preview and said, I ain't going to watch it. The Fall Guy. Did you, Lee Majors?
Oh, I didn't know they had any.
I didn't know they did.
Yeah, they made a movie out of it. And I couldn't make myself do it. You just, that 86, that 84 Chevrolet, you can't be doing that.
Yeah. Nope.
There.
Muttley.
We got any birthdays today?
We do got some birthdays, and boy, I got to come back and say I'm sorry because I missed an anniversary yesterday. My stepson and his wife's been married 3
shame on
years.
you.
So Hogan Kelly Turner, 3 years, and they just brought this brand new baby in Friday. So thank you for that. And James Seward's got a birthday. Amy Thornton, Christina Woodall. Jared told me how old you were, but I'm not going to put that on there. I'm not going to say a word. Gay Watts, Grace Pittman, Shannon Moore, Cindy Clark Himes. I had this down originally as Chuck Willis's daughter is going to be 44, and he finally came back and told us Michelle Willis Hayes, 44 years young today. Monty and Leonard Farmer, 54-year anniversary. That is awesome. And Olivia Francis, 5 years old. And that is awesome. Good deal. So happy birthday, happy anniversary to every one of y'all.
All right, it's going to be a big day as we head out with this. Expect sunshine today as we get toward high of 90 degrees. It's going to be warm there.
Wow.
We're going to have a breezy day as we watch all of this.
And Sherry Atkins has got a birthday today. That is awesome. So
Just can't get that to hush.
one of them
can I?
buttons is
I was
just
worried.
wouldn't stop, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't.
I heard it taking pictures over there.
I got pictures of it.
Oh man, we're almost through. We'll call you back. If you was watching the show, you'd know we'd still be on.
As we leave, we need a final word to depart. And what do you got with us, a Bible verse today?
Where's he going to take us to? Ephesians 4. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs. That is, may benefit those who listen. Oh, boy, that tells, man, that hit home. Nothing unholy come out of our mouths. And I'm a sinner. I sin every day, and I ask the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to come in and forgive me of my sins. And he does need to come in and help me, because sometimes I may speak where I shouldn't. Boy, that was, God talks to all of us, and boy, he talked to me. And I know there's somebody else out there that felt the same way I did. Y'all, he's telling us what to do, how to live, and he's going to have everlasting life for each one of us in the kingdom of heaven. All we got to do is follow him and make him our king. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see y'all around tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday? Is tomorrow Fun Friday? Golly. Well, you know how that's coming. But just work. Until then, remember, we love you. Have a great day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.